Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Week in Crime and Policing with Mayo and Meso. My name is Mark DeMayo. I'm here with my partner, Angel Maysonet. We are both retired NYPD detectives. And every week, if we're lucky enough, we get together and we discuss the crime stories that made headline news.
Yes,
But before we
sir.
do that, we like to catch up with each other, see how the past week was, and then we'll say hello to the people that are kind enough to join us in the chat. What's up, Angel? What's new?
What's up, brother? Just here, like I told you, I'm fighting this cold I have. It's the cold from Hades. So I thought I was doing better. I felt under the weather last Monday, but Tuesday really hit me. Then I started feeling better Friday, and then now all of a sudden it hit me like a ton of bricks. So I'm gonna try to plug through this thing. Hopefully I'll make it without having to go to emergency room because you know how men are when we get sick. We're like a bunch of
Yeah,
babies. So
I know.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe
So
that happened. I'm
yeah,
sorry
it's
about
pretty
that.
bad. I'm on a Z pack, and the doctor had to give me a anal examination. I don't know why, but he checked my.
Yeah, yeah, I always
That
request
was
that.
that was bad.
Sometimes I'm not
All right,
even sick,
so
and I get one. Sometimes when I get one, it's not even from a doctor, just
let's
somebody
say
in medical
what's up.
school.
Let's say what's
Sometimes I
up.
get one
Stop,
from somebody who promised to be in medical school after
stop
they
it,
examined me.
Freco. Stop it, Freco. Stop it. I don't know why I
What
start
about
you
me?
off
I
on
don't
these
have a chance to
tangents.
say hello and say you don't ask me how my week was.
You started this whole thing. How was your week?
I didn't. My week was okay. It was just fine. I have no complaints. I forgot to post the pictures. That's what I forgot to do. Yesterday, I went to it's called Lake Willow over here, and
Mm.
it's the ride to get there. I got to tell you, it's breathtaking. It's almost. It looks like I always get the feeling like a western, like you're on like in the western when they're going through the desert, or not not that fat. I'm talking about like just the regular. Yeah, there you.
My horse and
Yeah,
carriage is for hire,
yeah, yeah.
senorita.
That's what it feels like. But the beaches here, man, it's not a beach. Let's just put it that way. It's
It's a
if you
lake with
went,
desert around it, right? It's like a mirage.
yeah, if you
Yeah.
went to like by the East River over there, and you decided to just go over that fence and jump in the like try to get down to the water, that's the same
Oh
exact
man,
situation. It's
two
nothing
little
but
kids
rocks.
from
Water's clean. What?
two little kids from Harlem drowned in the East River last week.
Oh,
Doing
really?
that exact same thing that you just said. They went through a hole in the fence and they went in the fucking water and they drowned both of them. Two young kids. Yeah.
It feels like that kind of sort of happens every year, doesn't
Oh, it
it?
definitely
Doesn't it feel that
does.
way?
Yeah, it happens at Orchard Beach. It happens at Brighton Beach and Coney Island with the undertow a lot of times. And it does happen in the East and the Hudson River. Yeah, it happens a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think they don't realize how powerful the water is. They think they're just going to jump into a pool. But that being said, that was beautiful. By the way, the ride is beautiful. The beach. I may have to scoot over to Arizona. I heard that it's beautiful. Not Arizona, Utah. Utah is
Oh,
supposed to be beautiful.
Utah. Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry
nice. I
about
love
sorry about that,
nice.
folks.
Beautiful.
Okay, I'm done, and I'm not doing anything exciting. But I want to say hello to the people in the chat. So
Okay,
why don't we
let's
get
do it.
started, Angel?
We
We got a lot of.
got Jojo. What's up, Jojo? How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Little Mermaid Louisa, what's up? What's up, girl? How you
She
doing? One
says
of
hi,
our
Mark and Angel. Everyone in the chat
loyal, loyal,
excited to see
loyal, faithful.
those
Yes.
handsome faces.
I don't
Always
know about
brighten up
that.
my Mondays. Those handsome face. She said those handsome.
I don't know
Oh,
about
she
that.
added the S.
Yeah, yeah,
Milky.
yeah. She was only talking about you, okay?
Look at what a Milwaukee civilian had to say. Read that.
Jojo, you got here first, no fair. Jojo was here like an hour and 15 minutes early. That's beautiful. I love it.
Read what
Uh,
Milwaukee civilian said.
Jojo, you got here first, no fair. Then he says, Little Mermaid, you are
No,
one of the
before
most
that.
devout.
Before that, it
Jojo,
says
you got here
Milky
first,
Mark,
no fair. I don't see that.
Milky Mark, and Angel Cake. That's your new name now, Angel Cake.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I'm gonna call you Angel Cake from now on.
I don't see it.
Together, You are my favorite snack.
Oh, come on. That's all the way down in the chat. We still haven't even said hi to
The
we
first
didn't say
one
hi
is
to Milwaukee
JoJo.
Civilian.
The first one is JoJo, Little Mermaid. The third comment is from Milwaukee Civilian, and it
You
says,
got here
"Together,
first.
you are my favorite snack while you get the tea on the Royals' flirtation with law enforcement." You know, it's funny that you mentioned that. We're going to talk about that up front. So, and then
Wait,
what else do
can we
we got
finish
here?
saying can we
Go
finish
ahead.
saying hi to people? Please?
Go ahead. I was
Let's
just moving
see
my thing now.
what we got. I'm so obsessive. Okay, Milky. Now I see it. Mary Goldstein, what's up, Gucci? What's Gucci? Or wait, what's up? I'm old. I don't know this lingo. What's up, Gucci gang? So when I was young, we used to say, "What's Gucci?" Right? Oh well, not when I was
Mhm.
that young, but what's up, Gucci gang? Mary Goldstein. Hello, Mary. Gina G. What's up, Gina? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Are the Pranzos here? I do not see them. I see Ryan Investigative Group.
What's up, Bill?
Hello, everyone. What's up, Billy? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Tony Vera, TV News. What's up, Antonio? ¿Qué pasa,
Hi,
Antonio?
hi, Tony.
Tony. I was only kidding, Tony.
Yeah, Peter's here.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Mark and Angel and chat friends. What's up, LT? Where is your beautiful
Raquel is here.
wife? Where? I don't see
Raquel
her.
is here too, a little bit down further. Trish says,
Trish.
Angel, is it a sinus infection or in your chest?
Um, it's everywhere. I have it all over the place. She didn't isolated the doctor to one. She didn't say it was a sinus infection. She just said I had a bad viral infection. So thanks for asking though, Trish. Angel, you know you asked for that exam. Raquela, Raquela, hello, darling. How are you? There she is, Mrs. Pranzo. The other half, the better half, Mr. Pete's better half. How are you, darling? Thanks for joining us. Who else we got? I think that's it. Let's go. Let's shoot. Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go.
All right. Did you say hello to Terry Lynn Helberg? I don't
I
think
did.
so.
Oh wait, no. Terry Lynn.
Hey,
Hello. She
you
gave
see
us the
that?
piece. What up?
Hi,
What
Terry
up,
Lynn.
Terry Lynn?
All right,
What's
we got
up?
everybody. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We're going to start. We got a lot of great stories tonight, interesting ones. So why don't we start off with, since almost a little dated, right? The visit we had. New York City was lucky enough to get a visit from Harry and Meghan, the
Uh,
Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They were in New York City to attend. It's called Miss Foundation Women of Vision Award. That's
ooh,
and they give it out this
fancy.
year. This year they gave it out to Megan because of her work with. She's being honored for her global advocacy. I
Wow.
challenge anybody in this chat right now or in the world to tell me one thing that this lady has done for global advocacy. I really do. I'm challenging you.
She's
Just give me one
she's
thing.
cried she's cried racism against the royal
Oh
family.
man,
That's that's the
she
advocacy she's
brings
done.
her black mother around like it was a brand new purse. Remember first it was the father. All she wanted, she got into the family. She
Uh,
just wanted to prove that she was white. So you never knew who the mother was, and now all of a sudden she
oh
can't.
my god.
That mother's getting to see the world, man, on her daughter's arm. Yeah, just to, and poor Harry's got to stand there in the picture with them. It makes no sense.
Like like a redheaded stepchild.
If that lady,
Literally.
oh,
It's such
that
a
lady,
joke. It's crazy to me how so many people care so much about these
I
freaking
don't give,
idiots. They
I don't
care
give a
so
shit.
much. When he had his what is it, the coronation they call it? When Prince
Mhm.
Charles was having that, like it was all over all the major news networks. It's like
Well,
everybody's losing
listen,
their
that's
fucking
one
mind
thing.
off of it.
That's
I
one
don't
thing.
care. No, it's
Well,
not one thing. I don't
listen,
care.
there are
We
people
beat those motherfuckers. That's it. We're
I know,
done.
but there are people that are fascinated by it. But I don't understand why anybody would give two shits about these two, Megan and the other guy, Harry. I don't understand, other than just to make fun of them. And now when they came to New York, and apparently, they attract a lot of paparazzi, and they were waiting for them when the event
Papa,
was over. Now
paparazzi.
here's the thing. they apparently got into a car that was waiting for him, a black car service, and they were being followed. They were being followed by the paparazzi, which is expected. But
Yes.
now they're talking about a ring of aggressive paparazzi, New York City, where no, um, w- they say that they were in fear for their life.
They said it was an intense. I don't know the exact verbiage they used, but it was an
They were
intense car
nervous.
chase. It was
You
an
know what?
intense, life-altering moment. I think she said it
Well,
was.
this is the thing. They couldn't just flee to their hotel because they were staying with somebody. Rather than staying in a hotel, I guess they didn't want to pay. Um,
Wait, hold on a second.
they
There are,
can't stay because
there are
there's so many.
migrants in all the
Yeah, that's
hotels.
probably what it
Wait,
was.
no, hold on a second. They're not So I don't know when they became migrants. I still call them illegal aliens. So there are illegal aliens all over New York City in all the hotel rooms. So where are Meghan Markle? Well,
They
technically, aren't they illegal aliens? Because they come from England?
well, they're here. I'm sure they have passports.
Oh,
But
maybe.
so can you just imagine? Because this is how the story. Even Oprah, not Oprah. What's that? Uh, what's that? The one from Ghost. I forget her name. Whoopi.
Whoopee, whoopee,
Even
whoopee.
even Whoopi jumps sides.
Oh,
She's
God.
because we're in New York. We
I hate
know
that
for a
woman.
fact you cannot get into any type of high speed chases here. If it does, it lasts for one light, one traffic light, because then the next one's going to be red, and then we're all stuck. We're all stuck there looking at each other while we race to the next light. So this idea that there was cars cutting them off and tailgating them, this, that, and the other, it's just nonsense.
As soon as it was posted on Twitter, I retweeted it and I put, I will take shit that never happened for 1,000.
Uh,
And it's not Alex, Ken Jennings. I put shit that never happened, Ken, and everybody was retweeting it saying exactly, there's full of shit, blah 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 blah. Nobody, but I did not find one person on Twitter that believed that they did that happened to them. It's bullshit.
there's a camera on every corner. It's so easy to verify if they were ever in harm's
And
way.
there's speed cameras everywhere. There's speed cameras
I know.
everywhere.
Well, they switched cars a
Come
couple
on.
of times.
Oh,
And the
boy.
last time they wound up getting into a yellow cab. Well, you know what they did too? They wound up driving over to the 19th precinct.
Oh, really?
And I guess I don't know what the purpose was. I guess they thought that by driving to the precinct and parking there that the paparazzi would leave. So then this way they could make their way to where they were staying. They didn't want the paparazzi following them to the place that they're staying because
Oh.
then they would be annoying to the owners of that property
Did,
as far as that person's security. So they're probably staying in some town. You know what? They're probably staying in Epstein's freaking
Airbnb.
old house.
Did you
That's what it
see that?
was.
Have you ever seen the skit they do on South Park? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. And they're walking around with signs. Leave us
Yeah,
alone. Don't pay
yeah,
attention to us. And then they're walking
yeah,
around. That's exactly
yeah,
how they are.
yeah. True.
Exactly.
I don't know who the bigger idiot is, him for staying with her or her. And oh my god. Okay, so she did look fabulous on this particular evening, though.
What's
Stunning.
up?
They both look good.
What's up,
And she
girl?
was in her element too, man. I'm sorry I didn't take that.
Oh,
Look,
that's the
how
picture that
many
ruined it.
hands do you need on you
That's the picture that
just
ruined
to
it, though.
walk? Why does she need help walking? Look at all this security.
She's a
You got
black
one
woman
in
with
the
no.
back.
She's a black woman with no booty, man. What's up with that?
She got a booty. It's busting out a little bit. Yeah,
Not enough.
it's not bad.
Not enough. Not enough. Not enough.
But yeah, you're
Gotta
Puerto
be a
Rican.
little junk in that
You're
trunk.
Puerto Rican. You need a lot of junk in that trunk. But they do look stunning. But she was supposedly she was so happy because she was actually receiving an award. Do you know that Princess Diana was holding AIDS babies in Africa, kissing them before they had a cure for AIDS? She was
Oh,
doing that.
before they said it was like non
No, they knew it
transmittable.
was,
Yeah.
they knew it was deadly, and they knew it was
No, but I'm
transmittable.
saying they didn't
Didn't know
know if
how
it
it
was right. Yeah, and
Yeah,
she
she
was
was
still doing
holding
it. Yeah.
that woman was kissing AIDS babies before there was a cure. And this one is just traveling the world trying to hawk and sell whatever they can sell, and they're giving her awards for it. It's mind-boggling. This world
She
is
should have
crazy.
she should have stayed on somebody. So to Raquel's point, she should have never left TV. What was the show she was on where they would open the boxes and
Suits.
no, I'm talking about the game show when they would open the boxes and tell you how much money you won.
Oh well, that she didn't stay there for long.
Yeah, but that's how she got like first recognized or noticed. She was in that
Suits
show.
was the first show that she got noticed because nobody knows.
Papito,
She was on the
she
show,
got
but nobody notices those girls on the show. Tell me
stop
one other
yelling at
girl
me.
on the show.
Stop yelling at me.
Tell me one other girl on the show.
What was
The only reason why they
deal or
know
no
who
deal?
those girls are.
Mrs. Masonet just screamed it from the back. Deal or no deal?
Okay, that's
She
the
was
name
on
of the
Deal or No
show.
Deal first.
I
Before
know,
she
but
was in
nobody
Suits.
knows who those girls are.
Nobody watched Suits on USA. Who the hell watches the USA channel?
I never watched Suits either.
Exactly.
When you said open up the box, I'm like, oh, that's what they did on that show. They opened up Suits. I thought they were opening up Suits.
What's in the box? What's in the box? So
Peter Prenzo says Harry is losing a boatload of money. Now he's picking up the scraps. All the money that they get, that family, is tax dollars from people that live in England. And they do that because it's basically like they get so much money from tourism that people, it's like Disney. That's their
have you ever been there? Have you
No.
ever been there? Me neither.
I'd go see other stuff before I would go to look to see if I see the castle.
I want to go to Scotland. I want to go to Scotland first because I made some friends in Cancun in 2016, and they live in Scotland, and I want to go to Scotland and visit them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I want to go.
All right. I wish we had a secretary because I would tell her, can you put that on the things that we don't give a fuck about? Mark that on the things that nobody gives a fuck about.
You're so rude. Oh my God.
I'm not rude, man.
Hold on. Tony Vera gave me a little shout out. I saw you on Court TV. Thank you, Tony.
Oh,
you're the only one who watched it and the only one who saw me. So I want to let you know, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, wait a second. I lost the school board election. Did we talk about that?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I meant to say sorry about that. You came in.
No sorry. No sorry. There's no sorry. There's no crying in baseball. I lost.
You lost.
I lost because all the woke hippies in my town were attacking me over a lot of the stuff I said on Mayo and Mayso. They put together a snippet. They put together a reel of little snippets of my podcast here and the other podcast that I do. And it was when I called the young kids, how they're raising them. I called them T-word. And I was just like, so they put little snippets, twats. They put together little snippets
Is
of
that
my
really
podcast.
the T-word?
And that's what I said because I didn't want to say it.
No, I'm just saying.
Raquel is in the chat, and I don't want to offend her, but okay, I said it. So
the C word. If you say the C word, I know what that is, but I don't know what the T word is.
So they put together, and then the Daily Beast interviewed me and was asking me about my false
Daily Beast. Why would you go to the Daily Beast?
I wouldn't go. They reached out to me.
They're not your friend.
I don't listen. They put together this hit piece on me.
Yeah.
On all these allegations that I have on my use of force of when I was in the police department.
What does it have to do with running for the school board? You're going to run in there and start beating kids?
It's small town politics, and they ran a smear campaign, and it worked apparently. So, but I did good. I mean, I did good for my first run out. But hey, listen, it's their loss because guess what? I'm never fucking running again. Ever, never, ever going to do it. So,
well, listen, you gave it a shot.
I did.
Somebody has to win. Somebody has to lose. I admire the fact that you gave it a shot. I really wish that you would have gotten the job. I think you would have done a great job. I think everybody in the chat, except for Milwaukee Civilian, thinks you would have done a great job. But it's their loss. If they want to keep going in that direction, then you don't have it. You don't even have any kids in that age in the school anymore, do you? Huh?
They're gone. No, I just wanted to. Help out with the, threat assessments and threat mitigation teams for.
I know. Imagine having somebody that could actually done something for them.
Yeah, well,
something good.
Listen, it's on them,
Oh, one of the other things.
Raquel says, "Don't blame me. I have a potty mouth."
All right. One of the other things before we switch stories here, that was interesting was at first they said they were in traffic for 2 hours.
Oh, we're going back to these clowns. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you want to close the loop. You're circling back like the press secretary.
I think what happened was whoever was in charge of their press and who's in charge of garnering stories, building stories up for more than they're worth, they failed to take into effect that they were in New York City. Now, mind you, we all know the traffic in New York City is crazy. could you sit for 2 hours on one block without moving? Yeah, but there would have to be like
Yeah,
building
and
collapse.
and I would shit my pants because
They
every time
went
there's like in
from
traffic, I gotta go to the bathroom.
I think Midtown to their goal was I think to get up to 87th Street at some point, but that it's not going to take you 2 hours. It's not going to take you two. So that was
No, absolutely not.
and so there you go. Let me see.
Yep.
All right, so that's it with that. Okay, now
Thank
we're
you,
going to talk
guys.
about another interesting story here. There was a huge takedown in New York City, the second takedown of this kind and magnitude within a couple of months. I guess this is the new strategy that they're working on. We used to do stuff like this as detectives all the time, but it just seems like this is the only way that arrests are going to stick. So this was one of the two. There's two rappers that are involved in this. Apparently, they were using the money, the proceeds they were getting from rapping, and supporting their gang life. So let's just
Drill rappers, no?
yeah, they're both drill rappers. Let's watch this. This is interesting.
Other alleged gang members have been charged after a major takedown in Brooklyn.
That's right. Fox 5 was the only news team on scene as the NYPD closed into the arrest. Here's Lisa Evers with the exclusive look inside the case.
Two popular drill artists, Chef G and Sleepy Hollow, along with 30 other men and women, are charged in a sweeping gang murder conspiracy case. The Brooklyn DA says they allegedly used money from their music careers for guns and to offer bounties on the heads of rival gang members. We had an exclusive look inside the NYPD investigation that helped build the case. 22 teams made up of the NYPD's Gun Violence Suppression Division and the Warrant Squad were briefed about the case, which stretches back 4 years. Over the coming hours, they took alleged 8 Trey gang members into custody. Some were already behind bars, like Michael Williams, better known as drill rapper Chef G, who previously pleaded guilty to gun possession. He was booked on new charges. Police say he controlled the streets even though he was locked down.
Let's talk about Chef. If Chef said something, it happened. A simple text. We got to get a big one. That simple text created a war.
The detectives and officers from the NYPD Gun Violence Suppression Division, along with the Warrants Division, have all gotten their assignments, over 200 of them. They'll be fanning out to go and take down these suspects who have been pre-indicted on very serious allegations. The teams took the suspects not already incarcerated into custody without a single shot being fired. Brooklyn District Attorney Eric Gonzalez says the gang members used more than 30 guns to threaten or eliminate their rivals, proudly posting and boasting on social media phone videos. This surveillance video, where they pop out with guns from a sunroof and window, shows one of the street shootings included in the case. The DA says charges include murder, attempted murder, weapons possession, and other crimes. In total, Gonzalez says there was 1 murder, 4 attempted murders, and 12 non-fatal shootings.
What we allege and what we learned during the course of this investigation is that Chef G used a lot of the money that he earned to help facilitate further gang activity. He encouraged gang members to participate in violent crimes.
The sheer violence in this case would stick out to me. The total disregard for civilians.
The magnitude of it stretches through a good portion of Brooklyn South. It's in the 40s. It's in Kings Highway, and it's all the way down to East 18th and Keaton. And it just really shows the command the 8 Trey Crips and their elite alliances had over the Brooklyn South area.
At the 77th Precinct in Crown Heights, the suspects were brought in to be booked.
There's just many facets of the investigation that cover a wide range that have to.
I never saw cops getting interviewed like that. Did you?
No, not like that. They frowned upon that. They didn't want you talking to the press.
Well, I guess it's because Fox had the exclusive. You know, they brought her.
Well, that's why the chief was there grandstanding and making this like whole OK Corral fucking speech because the press was there because he wouldn't have done that otherwise.
I thought it was pretty cool the way they were all sitting around and listening and waiting to go out and do the hit. I remember small like
he's so gullible.
No, listen, I would have liked to go out in that warrant hit because you got it. They give you probably each team has 2 or 3 warrants that they're going to hit, and you got to work it up, and it's on you to get these So these individuals that they're going to take down. But,
Chef G and Sleepy Hollow.
and well, in case you were wondering who these guys are, this doesn't really even sound like drill rap. I don't even know what drill rap is, but it's actually not that bad. I thought it was going to be way worse. Where is
Oh
it?
boy, liberal Mark is in the house this week.
I know. I thought it was going to sound worse, just music wise. It's not that bad, actually.
I say that I'm having a little party. You pulling up? Yeah, pull up. I'll be smooth go through, you know I like my shit, John perfect on. I could be going by the morning, so I'm keeping it on me. Great John on the beat, by the way.
That's Sleepy Hollow. We can't play too much of it because
what happened?
We can't play too much of it, otherwise they cut it out of the video. Copyright.
I was enjoying that.
Well, I just put it out there so you can watch it at home at your own leisure. They have stuff out there. But back to the story.
Why couldn't they have black bikinis on? Why do they have to have fluorescent green ones? I don't get it.
The music is. I thought it was going to be, because I've heard some drill rap, and I don't understand what they're saying, and I don't like the rhythm of the beat. But that was actually pretty nice. Not a bad song at all. But I want to ask you a question. Why is it that when you come in with an individual collar for something that's like a gun or something like that, these people are basically let go 2, 3, 4 hours later with no bail? But now, if you get a whole bunch of them, and even though that person is in a gang, you write down the gang associate with the gun, and he's an individual, that case is going to the guy's going to be out in 4 hours on a DAT, even if he shot somebody. But if you go and you're working hand in hand now with the DA's office, because that's what they're doing, they're working hand in hand with the DA's office, so the DA can't mess this case up, or they can't drop the case because they're directly involved in it.
You answered your own question. And not only that, but what do they do? They make it part of a RICO case, right? So when you make it RICO, it's different. So when they make it a RICO case, which is racketeering and all that other stuff, conspiracy, like a mob type organization, then it makes things different.
Well,
the funny thing,
major felonies,
right? The funny thing is, to your point, right? After the search warrant's done and all the arrests are done, the dummies that are at the podium speaking are these woke. That DA in Brooklyn is just as woke as Alvin Bragg is.
I know. That's why
he wants to expunge. He wants to expunge all marijuana arrests. He wants to expunge everything. And then you got Adams behind him taking the podium. They should have had the detectives that were holding the battering rams and going into these freaking apartments with these savages where they were sleeping, where they lay their head. Right? They should have those detectives talking instead of these idiots, because these idiots are part of the problem.
Milwaukee civilian said, Angel is at his best when he's high on antihistamines. No, but you see, that was my point exactly. We're talking about one of these woke guys, the DA of Brooklyn, and then Alvin Bragg from Manhattan, that will show him later on involved in another case. But with this guy in Brooklyn, like, why all of a sudden, if he's just letting everybody go and not prosecuting cases, I don't know what they do in the meantime if they're not doing anything at work. But why this involvement in cracking down on this gang then, or getting involved in something like this?
Listen, I've said it before, and right, Peter Pranzo says it. He mentions it. Mandatory sentences, right? I said it before. If you are caught with a firearm, an illegal firearm, you should be mandatory minimum sentence to 25 years in federal prison. If they did that, these gun crimes would significantly go down. I promise you.
You didn't answer my question. Why?
What was your question?
I said it 3 times. I asked you the same question.
Ask me the 4th.
Why is it that these DAs get on board with this? Why wouldn't they just say, no, we don't want to indict this gang?
Because it's grandstanding for the next time. So you're only as good as the last thing that you did, right? I mean, that's society. That's how society is. So you could do a bunch of good shit and you fuck up once and you're public enemy number 1, right? So it works the opposite way as well. So when they start running for re-election, they're going to be able to say, hey, we were a major part of this takedown of fucking Schoolie G and Chef Boyardee in Brooklyn, right? So we were there. We took all these guns off the streets. We took all these gang members off the streets, even though the million times before they did that, they let people go. So that's what they're doing. They're grandstanding and they're kind of fluffing their resume for the people who are getting tired of crime in the city, so they can say, "Hey, look, we're doing our part. We're not just woke DAs letting everybody go." That's why.
All right. Well, no, I get it. I just don't because look, watch what happens. We see another guy over here, another person who's does nothing at his job, except now all of a sudden he's standing at a podium. This is the mayor's great idea. They're all standing up here. I should have got a picture with the other side. Alvin Bragg is all the way in the corner over there.
I saw him.
New York City mayor's plan to stop shoplifting by putting social service kiosks in stores is annihilated by critics. One conservative user mocked the plan, asking, "Why don't we just put them in a timeout corner?" In this, and basically, it's they came up with a plan. As ridiculous as this plan might sound, this is what Eric Adams stood up, and this was his plan on shoplifting. It's a 4-part plan. The first being where are we? All right. Identify and track repeat offenders for stronger prosecution. So that means you're not arresting them. Because what you're doing is basically you're creating another recidivist list. Okay, and this recidivist list, we already know who these people are. They have pictures. This isn't new. Every store that used to go in.
Well, he claims at every fucking press conference that it's the same people doing the shoplifting in every store across the city.
All right, yeah, but that's
what he claims.
But they put the pictures on the wall.
Lock them up.
They put the pictures on the wall.
Here's a novel idea. Put them in prison.
I know. Okay. Now, that's the first step. Identify and track repeat offenders for stronger prosecution. The second step is de-escalation training. Now, that is for the people that work in Walgreens and CVS. The same people that you see, including the security guard, that they don't want to touch none of these people.
Are the people
Most of the people that are working there are not getting involved.
The cops don't even want to get involved. What is the Walgreens security guard getting $16 an hour going to do?
Why are you de-escalating them? How much more can you de-escalate him?
Because it's everybody else's fault except for the criminal who's committing the crime.
We saw
right.
Together,
you have to treat people with kids' gloves. We saw the video of the kid was stepping aside. We
saw the security guard. He was standing in the store when they came in there. The whole group of people doing the smash and grab robbery, and he just stood there. And then he actually turned around so he wouldn't look at the camera. Like he did nothing. So de-escalation training is just a waste of time. Here's another waste of time. Install social service kiosk. To do what?
You're shoplifting. Go get welfare.
Are you giving people money right now? Or were you going to shoplift? How much were you going to shoplift? Well, let me give you the money instead.
Yeah.
And the last but not least is neighborhood retail watch. What does that even mean?
It's like the violence interrupters, right? Remember how good that went when they were blowing up firecrackers outside of her projects in Brownsville, and she went outside to tell the guy to stop, and he blew her brains out? It's the same kind of thing, you know?
You know what's funny? I wrote that thing down. Woman went out to tell them to stop blowing fireworks. She's dead.
Look at that. You see?
Remember that?
Great minds think alike sometimes.
And I guess it's diversion program. Neighborhood watch and diversion.
Virgin? Like when they blow themselves up?
Diversionized program. Now,
diversionized.
So what you're telling me, we're going to get people from the neighborhood. You have a CVS or a Walgreens in Midtown Manhattan. I'm getting some lawyer, some doctor, an actor, the whole crew. We're going to get them all down here. We're going to put on neighborhood jackets. We're going to walk around. And if we see somebody shoplifting, we're going to be like, hey, don't shoplift. Go see the kiosk. And
go see the kiosk. We're going to give you WIC. We're going to give you welfare. We're going to give you free food. And we're going to buy the shit that you were shoplifting. And as you're leaving, the security guards are going to apologize for their presence in uniform and triggering you for that as part of the de-escalation program.
Well, you know what? It's because a lot of these stores, these retail stores, they're pulling out of these blue states. The big cities in the blue states. and trying to get them back. How are old people supposed to get their medication? You know what I'm saying? How are you supposed to pick up something?
They can't.
Whatever it is that you need, if you can't get it, go to the store. Not everybody has. The argument is not everybody has a credit card. Not everybody can get around so easily. Older people. What? I see. Why are you laughing?
No, I'm reading the chats. I'm just like it's tragically funny because, again, right? We've talked about it. We've spoken about it on this podcast. We've said it in many other times. When you're a cop, right? This is why it pisses me off when people say the cop should put blinders on and not do anything. Don't do anything. Listen, I get it, right? The job is nearly impossible to do, but the reasons you just mentioned is why cops have to be diligent, right? And they have to do their jobs because old people, young people, people that need to go to the store,
people who can't
and
defend
be safe.
themselves.
Right. That's why we do the job. You have to go out there and you have to work and try to be as proactive as humanly possible without getting jammed up and losing your pension because old people need their stuff. Sorry. And young kids need to be able to go out and shoot hoops. And I mean, look, there was a kid the other day in Brooklyn on a basketball court. I think it was Brooklyn or Staten Island. He fucking got his head blown off. And then it's, then you have Joe Biden taking the podium saying that white supremacy is the biggest threat to America. And all the shit that's happening in the inner cities where all the black and Hispanic kids are getting killed. None of these crimes are being committed by white folks. I'm sorry. White kids are not doing drive-bys in Brownsville, killing black kids. They're not doing it. We're fucking, these kids are killing each other. And it's a cultural, it's the Milwaukee civilian, it's the cultural bamboozlement because they elected all of them. Bragg, Banks is behind him, Tish James, who won't go after, the mayor of de Blasio and his wife for stealing billions of dollars. The other Bronx woke DA, they're all people of color, right? Because you have to do what's politically correct. You have to check a box. Look at the press secretary. She's a walking affirmative action. She's black, she's an immigrant, and she's a lesbian. I mean, what else? What other box could she check? Right? It's all about checking boxes. That's all these people care about.
If she was missing an arm or a leg or an eye,
oh my
then
God.
be handicapped too.
Oh
look at the retail store. If I'm creating this poster, combating retail theft,
yeah,
they just happen to pick. It's not Express Coverage Inc. Like, why not put CVS or
it's all businesses in
Walgreens.
Flushing. That's all Flushing. That's all businesses in Flushing. These poor
mean,
Asian folks.
Those aren't the business I'm hearing about that are getting robbed.
No, it's Walgreens, CVS, freaking Rite Aid.
Those are the ones that are going to leave your neighborhood, leave you stranded, and they're not leaving good neighborhoods.
Yeah, that's true. Let's go to the chat real quick and see what everybody has to say about what we're saying. No mandatory sentences. Yes, Peter Pranzo, absolutely right. Angel's best. He's high antihistamine. Lock him up. Yes, 100% agree. Trish says, Peter and Angel. What the fluff kind of suggestion is that, says Mary. Absolutely right. Their mission, empty the prisons and mental ward. Too many people of color in there. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Feeling like you want to steal something, want a hug. Exactly. Like, there's no consequences. Mary's on a roll, Milwaukee civilian. Sign them up for free stuff. De-escalate what? Sign them up for money. What the hell is a social service kiosk? Let's have people who have no training in how to deal with criminals, but make sure you're nice to them. That's the most important thing, Mary says. Yeah, it's stupid. It's bizarro world. It's insane, Terry Lynn says. Really laughable. Bail reform and defunding the police is the greatest threat to America. Change my mind. I agree. All right. Cultural bamboozlement count 165. Go ahead. What do you got, Marky Mark?
Okay, let's see what other story we got here. What's coming up? Oh, this is a scary story. Got armed Texas homeowner thwarts suspected burglar, leaves him wounded in the bathroom. The guy caught this guy in his house, shot him. He shot him so bad that the guy was bleeding out.
My godson lives in Beaumont. Wow.
Shot him, and the guy was in his bathroom, bleeding out. That's an interesting scenario.
So back to the headline. Could you go back to the headline real quick?
Yeah.
Armed. All right, so let's dissect this. Armed Texas owner thwarts suspected burglar, leaves him wounded in the bathroom. The first thing I thought of was that the guy was taking a shit, and the burglar came in and he threw a pile of shit at the guy and left him in the bathroom. That's what I thought. Did you think that?
Not at all. Not even. I read the way I read it was that the guy broke in as a burglar, and the guy shot him.
I thought
And
he
as
threw
the
shit
guy
at
was
him.
running down the hallway or trying to get out of the house, went into the bathroom and just bled out there. But this
Did
is
he
my
die? He didn't die, did he?
No, not yet. But this is my favorite part of the story. A police spokesman said the homeowner will face no charges and was acting within his rights when shooting the suspect. To me, when I read that, it just makes me, it tingles me all over. Because that's what, I'm not a big gun guy. But this mutt, like Jason Omar Cruz, who's breaking into houses?
Let me ask you a
Texas?
question. Do you think that's his real name?
Who's breaking into houses in Texas?
Do you think that's his real name?
Answer my question. That's an important.
The illegals crossing the border. That's who's breaking. Yes, that guy is definitely an illegal alien.
They didn't mention that in the article.
That guy is from Puebla. That guy is from Puebla, Mexico, and his real name is Johan Guadalupe Martinez. And he crossed the border 17 times and was sent back 25 times.
All right, but I'm saying, to me, in Texas, where most of the people are armed, especially homeowners, you're doing burglaries.
They don't know. They're coming from across the border. They're asylum seekers. They're looking for a better life. So they come in and they break into people's houses.
No, that's an assumption I disagree with. I think that you got to be smarter than that. You got to know which state. When you go to Texas, they carry their firearms on their side. You think you're at the shooting range, at the NYPD shooting range. Everybody's got a gun. It's all visible. You would think there would be like no crime, especially burglary. I know the guy's got a gun. I see it on him outside. Imagine how many he's got in his house. I'm not going to go in his house.
He was just looking for food. He was looking for food. That's all it was.
Oh, that's going to be the story. Yeah.
Yeah. He was looking for something to eat, right? Isn't that what AOC said about these dummies doing these smash and grab robberies?
I know,
right? She said that they were hungry, right? They go to Jerusalem, they go to Berghoff Goodman and Saks Fifth Avenue and the Louis Vuitton store, and they're stealing shit. It's because they're hungry. So Guadalupe was hungry, and he broke into the freaking house, and he got shot on the shitter.
This was interesting, too. Michigan teen uses slingshot from bedroom window to save his sister from being abducted. This story is crazy. Did you hear about this one?
Tell your kid to stop playing with the slingshot. You'll never do anything with that slingshot. And look.
Yeah, I know. His sister, 8 years old. She was getting a 17-year-old boy was taking.
Look at his mother.
Of the year award. This teen from Alpena would have to be the leading candidate. He used a slingshot to escape someone who tried to snatch her from her backyard. Well, now Owen Burns and his proud parents are talking about it for the first time. Will Jones interview. Owen sounds like he's staying pretty humble about all of this.
Owen is certainly being really composed about what happened, and maybe that ability to stay composed, stay calm is why he was able to do what he did to save his sister from who knows what. 13-year-old Owen Burns using a slingshot to rescue his sister.
While I was playing games, I heard my sister scream. I thought she just messed around. Same time she screamed again, like 10 seconds later. And I'm like, what's going on?
He says he saw a 17-year-old boy restraining his 8-year-old sister in the backyard of their home in Alpena last Wednesday. He fired twice at the teen with his slingshot, hitting his target, once in the chest and once in the head.
I never had good.
He's better at the range than you are.
Before when I was a kid, I did shot at.
100%.
I did, but I was not that great with it.
Their mom, Margaret Burns, was headed home from work when she got the call from her kids.
They were in a state of panic and screaming, and she was crying, and the only word I could make out of the whole conversation was kidnap.
But thanks to Owen taking quick action with his slingshot, the little girl was not hurt.
I'm just happy we were able to celebrate her 8th birthday that Saturday after. I mean, we could have been celebrating a funeral or something else.
Good job, Owen. The suspect is in custody. He's facing attempted kidnapping and assault and battery charges. We are live tonight. Will Jones.
17 years old, the perp was. And he confessed, and he said, well, his plan was to severely beat the victim.
Why?
I don't know. You're talking about a possible school shooter that this kid hit with we're talking about a future mass murderer. If you're something about these small towns, man, raises these crazy.
Yeah, like Mary said what I was thinking. Celebrating a funeral. Yeah,
It was a
was not the
mistake.
best choice of words.
Not everybody's used to talking on television. She didn't use the right words there. But he confessed to I plan to severely beat her. So right now, this kid, you got to hold on to this particular kid should not be in around any regular civilians for the rest of his life. As far as I'm
that's
concerned,
it. That's it. He's done.
Yeah, he's done.
I agree. Look at Peter Pranzo. Sign him up for the NYPD. He's like Tonto.
Who? Oh, that kid. Yeah, he don't need a gun.
Shot instead of studies. It's a good thing.
Oh, but then you know what? Then they wouldn't let you shoot regular rocks at people if you're any good at it, because then they would make you use softer rocks or marshmallows. Can you hit him with a marshmallow?
Oh yeah. Listen, good job out of that kid. I mean, listen, he looked like the typical kid that is a video game kid, right? That stays home.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did his thing. He saved his sister. That was good. That's a good story.
I mean, what good is that kid going to be doing? How do you make that kid better? That 17-year-old.
You're talking it right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Kid wandering through the woods looking for somebody.
He's wandering through the woods and he wants to grab an 8-year-old girl to severely beat her. What? For what? Like you said. Like, how are they going to fix that? What can they do for that kid? I don't know.
I don't know either, man. That's okay. What else do we got here for you? We did that one already.
The Lone Ranger, Peter. The Lone Ranger. We remember.
This is an interesting one too. Since when? I don't remember women being criminals like this.
Who?
Women. They're
never met my mom.
These two women right here. They get into
with a slipper.
Overnight, road rage leads to a shooting at a gas station on the west side. Police say 2 cars got into a minor accident around 9:30 last night. Then the drivers got into an altercation and followed each other to the Murphy USA gas station near Loop 410 and Military Drive. 2 women in the car started fighting at the gas pump. Then at some point, one of the women shot the other in the chest. Police say the victim, in her 20s, was taken to the hospital in critical condition, and the suspect, also in her 20s, was taken into custody.
That's a big beef, right?
Also new.
So that was San Antonio, Texas?
Yeah, what do you think?
Did you see the price of gas?
No, how much was it?
It was like $285.
No way.
Yes.
I just got rid of that video.
It was like $285. That's the only thing I noticed about that video.
Let's go back and see that.
You could see the top of it when she was telling the story.
Rage leads to a shooting at a gas station on the west side. Police say 2 cars got into a minor accident around 9:30 last night. Then the drivers got into an altercation.
Look, 282.
Yeah, that's weird, bro.
Wow. That's what I saw about that. Listen. Women are notoriously crazier than men. So obviously all this violence is going to seep into the women now, right? And now they're going to start shooting each other because, again, they're notoriously crazier than men are. So it only makes sense.
Yeah, another shoot. Well, that happened in Texas as well. Well, everybody's armed. And when I think about these two, I guess one woman was trying to flee the scene of an accident. They got into an accident and took off, and the other one was just like, "You're not taking off," and she followed her. And the one that took off probably said, "Leave me alone. I don't want to." Yeah, and she shot her.
It's a shame. We joke about it, laugh, but it's you can't go. I tell my wife all the time, do not go anywhere without your gun. I don't care where you're going, take your gun with you. You can't. If you have the right to bear arms, you got to do it. It's the only way. The best way to stop a criminal is to match their force with the force, with equal force. And I mean, you got it. You got to be able to carry your stuff around. It's insane.
Yeah, I'm settled in right now here in Vegas, so I think it's about time that I take a ride over to the gun shop and get myself a couple of toys. I'm definitely gonna I'm getting a shotgun.
Okay.
I watched the video yesterday. What?
Look at the chat, because I said women are notoriously crazier than men. Look, let's see. Mary, watch your mouth, Angel. And Peter Pranzo right away, he's like, "Uh-oh." Raquel, what the heck?
Yeah, you put in poor Peter in the best spot.
If a woman is crazy, it's because of a man, Raquel says. Raquel knows how to shoot. Absolutely agree with carrying. Yeah, no, listen, if you can carry, so somebody posted on Instagram the best way to thwart like a would-be rapist when he's grabbing you by the legs and pulling you like into a hallway, and they show the girl like she kicks him with one leg and she twists. And my answer to the post was shoot him, right? If that's the best way to stop a rapist, shoot them, castrate them, shoot them in the dick.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's my opinion.
Yeah, don't say that too much though.
Why?
I'm just saying we could shoot him in the chest where the heart is. Just leave the dick alone.
Listen, if you're trying to rape somebody, shoot him in the dick. No.
Well, besides for the, I'm just saying in general. Okay, so a final story.
I froze up. Am I frozen on your end? Because I'm frozen here. Oh, here I am. Okay, I'm back.
We don't have anything on this. Okay, well we have. I'll just tell you the story. Do we have any? This was an interesting one. I think I might have some. Nah, I didn't get it. A 3-year-old shoots mom and boyfriend. Did you see that?
What?
These perps are getting younger and younger.
Shot them both?
Well, the mom was probably dating some piece of shit.
Wait a second. Was it one shot and he shot them both, or he shot like he was like pow pow?
No, one round went through the both. The boyfriend who was wanted for murder. See, that's the thing. The boyfriend came over to visit this girl. She had a son, a 3-year-old son.
So the kid's a hero then.
Probably
shot a fucking murderer.
Well, yeah, he probably didn't like his or he saw the gun, he was playing with it, and he shot his mom though.
Is the mom dead?
No, single shot hit the 3-year-old's mother, Jalen Artis, and her boy. It says a friend, Trayshawn Smith.
Yo, what up? Did he die?
Neither one of
them.
Did any
of them die?
But the boyfriend, the friend actually had a warrant for his arrest.
So wait, is Traquan at least in critical condition or something?
Didn't say it. It was the second time that.
I mean, because mom could take a bullet, you know, as long as she's all right. If Traquan gets into critical,
I'll
take that trade-off.
Imagine living in this complex. It was the second time that a child had fired a gun at that apartment complex. The last time was in March.
That's in Kitty Bunkport, right? In Maine, right? In the real nice
in March,
ritzy neighborhood.
A 5-year-old shot and killed his 1-year-old brother.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Lafayette. It's the Lafayette Police Department. So,
Lafayette, Georgia? Lafayette.
I don't know. I didn't have time to look that up, but that's imagine living in that complex where people are just leaving their guns out.
Imagine how the 4th of July is over there. Imagine
loaded.
How 4th of July.
Just leaving a gun out where any child can grab it. And you know what? Remember when they used to tell us that story in the police when we were cops? How the kids their fingers aren't really strong enough to pull the trigger, so that they'll turn the gun around and use their thumbs.
Yeah.
How they shoot themselves.
That was with the revolvers, yeah.
Yeah, with the revolvers. Now I guess
hair triggers.
The semi-autos have much.
Yeah, they're hair triggers, man. The Glock's got some pull to it, but everything else, the Smith is tough to pull too, but everything else is a hair trigger. That sucks.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Well, let's go through the chat one more time before we say our goodbyes for today. People are excited about this show. We got a lot of compliments on the show today, and
you're killing it, brother. You're killing it.
Well, the stories are good, and you know, I guess they can see how annoyed I get with you, so that makes them happy.
It's like always trying to keep your little brother in check, right?
Yeah.
Hayo Silver, who was that masked man? The newscaster's hair is so 1980s. I was digging it. I didn't have a problem with it. Thank you, Mark and Angel. Amazing show. Big fan. Tony Vera. Thank you, Tony. Watch him. Oh, yeah, we went to that one. What the heck? Absolutely agree with carrying double ankle sweep and then shoot. Okay, I'll take it. I agree with Angel. Shoot him in the dick. DPF, first degree rape. Angel, I agree. Bye, Dick. If you're gonna use your Franken beans for that purpose, you don't deserve to keep them. Absolutely. You see, everybody agrees with me. Shoot him in the dick. In the ding ding. Remember where Eddie Murphy said that in his? He kicked him in the ding ding. He was wanted. Oh my God, home sweet home, so responsible. Right, you are. Cock the revolver, easy pull. No pun intended. You guys are the best.
Milwaukee civilian said people open carry in Texas. Do you think they leave outside when they go home? I don't know. What do you mean? Leave their guns outside when they go inside the house? That's funny.
What the fuck?
I think there's a word missing from that sentence. But
Hold on, let me read it because I gotta find it. I didn't see it. Yeah, you see some of these chats you get, and I'm not seeing them. Oh, I got it. People open carry in Texas. Do you think they leave outside when they go home?
Leaving their guns. I think that's what he meant.
I think what he means is like they leave the outside mentality when they get home. So because they're carrying outside, they'll definitely carry inside the house. I think that's where he's going. But I digress. I finally found you, Angel, in the show. Great show. Follow you on Instagram too. Thank you, Trish. I appreciate you. We had a little kid in karate class once say he used one of his kicks he learned in class. He said, "I kicked daddy right in the ding dong." Yeah, there you go. Oh, look, Maui Swift is here. Better late than never. What happened?
Hi, Maui Swift.
Oh my goodness, she got here late. She probably thinks we're still at 7 o'clock. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, Maui. Thanks for joining us.
Well, that concludes our show for this evening. We're out of stories. Angel, we got any plans this week? Anything coming up?
I'm gonna try to heal. Trying to get better, man. I'm feeling pretty sick, so we'll see. But that's it. That's all I got going. Planning a trip in a couple of weeks. We're going away, so that should be nice.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, since I remember this right now, I'm thinking next week is Memorial Weekend. We probably
It is.
won't be doing a show next Monday.
No. Yeah.
So I guess we'll reconnoiter in 2 weeks, Monday, right?
Reconnoiter. I've never heard that word.
No,
never.
It's a military word. You have to have served
shit.
or know somebody who has served that, or somebody
Get
told
the
you that
fuck
word
outta here.
in the academy. Somebody said that to me. Some guy used to use that word around me, so I call it reconnoiter.
Thank you, everybody,
But
for the feel better wishes. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, so next week, no show because it's Memorial Day weekend. I want to wish everybody the best on behalf of the show. Hopefully, my pool will be up and running by then. Please say a prayer if you can for my pool that they fix it this week. Otherwise, I got to go to a lake that's full of rocks.
All right, everybody.
All right.
Thanks for joining us.
Later.
Bendiciones.
Take care, everybody.
Care.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Adios.
Good stuff, man.